Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to simulate an experiment virtually using NIT Karnataka website or VLab website. So we will go into that website directly. So what you need to do is open your browser and type vlab.co.in. So it is developed by or maintained by MHRD. What is the objective they have given, and below they can notice what are the various subdivisions of engineering is grouped, and under each subdivision they have given a list of experiments. So we are interested in mechanical engineering, so click that mechanical engineering. So it will list what are all the various labs that are ready for use, and if you scroll down, there is a micro machining lab which is of our interest today. So this micro machining lab is maintained by College of Engineering, Pune. So to conduct or to simulate the various experiments, just to click on this. So it will open an introduction or welcome page, so which details about what are we going to do in this particular laboratory, and below this introduction you have got list of experiments. So the various experiments in micro machining laboratory are to study pulsed heating of materials, erosion mechanism from Lazar and Coase model, so study various thermal models for EDM, to study influence of process parameters on the wire EDM, laser hardening using ND York laser system, laser spot welding using ND York laser system, study of electrochemical machining process, study the effect of process parameters in electrochemical grinding. So out of all these experiments, today we will start learning about laser spot welding. So when I click that, you will have a new page, or it will be taken to another wherein it gives what is the aim and objective. So there is a pre-test, prerequisites. So you can carry out all the things one by one. But in the opening screen, it gives you what is the theory. So what is the theory of laser spot welding? So it is recommended that any user, before using laser spot welding simulation, go through this theory. So what is the process mechanisms is detailed, and what are the advantages in comparison of laser welding with other welding process. Everything is given. Apart from that, they have given applications of laser welding. So this is the prerequisite or knowledge that is required. Apart from this, a learner must know what is a laser, how is it produced, different types of laser, what are the parameters that are controlled during laser production, and when you use this laser for manufacturing applications, what are the parameters controlled. So these are the prerequisites a learner must acquire. means the knowledge they should acquire before using this simulation. But it is not mandatory, but as a true learner, it is the best practice to know the theory before carrying out any practical experiment. So the first thing is, what is the aim and the objective? So what is the aim of the objective? What is the aim of the experiment? To familiarize the learner with the significance of laser welding and its importance. So the objective are: study the laser welding process, understand the effect of variation of beam power density leading towards variation in case depth and weld strength. So what is this laser power, laser beam? What is the power carried by it? So by varying the power, we are going to obtain what is the depth of penetration of the weld and what is the strength of the weld. So to understand the significance of laser welding in comparison with the other welding techniques. So these are the objectives to meet out our aim. And of course there is a pre-test. So this is just to test yourself. What is the knowledge you have gathered before studying this experiment or simulating this experiment. So this test is not mandatory. So the reader can submit the answers. So flexible, monochromatic, it's a thermal process, and I guess laser material processing is associated with adsorption, and the efficiency of the laser system very low, I guess. Submit. So it will give you what is your score. You can view the solution. You can also take the quiz again. So passing the test is not mandatory. So once you are familiarized with the prerequisite, go back. Now you can read the theory. That means what is given earlier. The same thing is repeated here. This is the theory behind your what is called a laser welding. So what it says is, laser welding can be carried out in two ways. One is keyhole welding. What is this keyhole welding? Here the material is vaporized by laser heat. Therefore, a large power density is required. So if it is vaporized, how welding happens? Not the entire material is vaporized. The material at the surface is vaporized. Therefore, a small hole is produced. Inside that hole, a plasma state is reached and the material reaches a molten state. So once the laser beam is stopped, this molten material will solidify, flow and solidify and affect the joint. Since a small hole is produced, it's called a keyhole welding, and it is suitable for welding of thin sheets. And widely pulsed welding is used. So the laser beam is sent in the form of pulse. So the other one is conduction welding. So here it is used to make a deep weld. It is used to make deep weld, and the welding is continuous. The laser beam is made to fall on the surface continuously. So these are the two wide methods of welding, and this is a comparison. So application of laser welding. So laser welding can be used to weld very thin sheets. One of the major application is automobile bodies, automobile transmission systems, welding of aluminum components, especially solar panels and electronic circuit components, etc. So laser is also used for hardening purpose, cladding, and razor blades are also manufactured using laser welding, especially this twin blade system. So Gillette twin razor, the thin blade is welded to a plastic handle. So from this what we infer is we can join metal and non-metal also with laser welding. So after learning this theory, you need to go for the experimental setup. So this setup shows you the available facility in College of Engineering, Pune. So ND YOG neodymium YOG laser. So what is the wavelength produced? What is the average power output? That is a specification. Pulse repetition rate up to 200 Hz. What is the pulse width? Beam divergence. So everything is given. These are all the specifications about the facility available at COE Pune. And then the next one is procedure. So what is the procedure? We need to prepare the specimen because I want to weld to material. So the specimen or the specimen material chosen for welding is stainless steel and the thickness is 0.3 millimeters. So it is a sheet metal. So very thin. So this much thin sheet cannot be welded using what is called your arc welding. Maybe we can go for electric resistance welding, but still laser has got its own advantage because it can process a wide variety of materials. So the thickness is 0.3 millimeters. So before conducting the experiment, we need to ensure the material is of right composition. So go for some metallurgical test. So identify the microstructure of the specimen and perform some EDAX or any analysis which can tell you what is the carbon content and the alloy percentage, so that you can make sure it is stainless steel. Then cut the specimen to the required size. The required size is 150 by 30. So these are the two specimens, and then hold them in a special fixture so that no wrinkle is formed. So use a special fixture and then put the specimen along with the fixture in the machine and perform welding. So how we are going to perform welding? By varying two parameters. One is laser beam diameter and another one is laser beam power. Of course, we are going to vary one at a time. Say for example, if I vary laser beam power, beam diameter is constant. If I vary beam diameter, laser beam power is constant. So conduct the experiments. After experiment, what are you going to observe? So the observation is, we want to test what is the weld strength. So this we want to observe. Observation number 1. Observation number 2 is, we want to know what is the depth of penetration of the weld and the width of the weld. So for these two, we need two instruments. One is electronic tensometer, which can perform tensile test. So using the tensile strength we can understand what is the weld strength. The second one is an image analyzer with microscope. Sheet thickness is 0.3 millimeters. So what is the depth of penetration? I cannot see and measure easily at macroscopic level. Therefore, we need a microscope. And that image analyzer is used to measure what is the depth and width of your weld. As far as tensiometer is concerned, no need to prepare the specimen, but for image analyzer we need to polish the specimen before it is being taken to the microscope. So how can we polish? So use some memory sheets, go for lapping and polishing so that the microstructure is visible. So perform all these operations and then cut the specimen. Cut the specimen using wire ADM across the weld. So we want to know what is the depth of penetration. Therefore, we need to cut across the weld. So cut across the weld using wire ADM and then polish that specimen. View it under microscope in an image analyzer, and from that you can identify the depth, what is the depth of penetration and what is the width of spot. So the depth of penetration and width of spot can be analyzed, or not can be, it is analyzed using image analyzer and microscope. So and then the tensile strength. So this is a tensiometer wherein you can measure the tension. Okay, so this is what our experimental procedure. So how to carry out this procedure? If the machine is present physically, you can take the specimen, cut it and then put it on a machine, do it. But we are going to do it virtually. Therefore, we need a simulation. So that is what given in the next topic. So you can notice here I am moving my cursor over that simulator. So press that simulator. A new screen is open. Now click here for simulator. So if I click this one, it opens a new window. So it is now taking it to the College of Engineering, Pune. So this is the simulation screen. Of course, this is the laser setup. So laser is produced, transformed to this position. So this is the focusing head, and this is what our workpiece clamped in the special fixture at the base of the machine. So this workpiece can be moved, so in X direction and Y direction. So this is the laser head which produces laser. So this is the optics which deflects the laser beam 90 degrees. And to conduct the experiment we have two parameters. One is the beam power and another one is beam part size. So you need to choose any one of these. So I can choose either this or this. I cannot choose both. So say for example I have chosen beam power. So meaning is I am going to vary the beam power. So what is the beam power I am going to use? Go here, select. I start with the lowest value, 486. And all the experiments are carried out at constant beam spot size. That means the beam diameter, which is equal to 0.85 millimeters. So whatever be the beam power, even if you vary the beam power, the spot size is 0.85 millimeters only. Now what you can do is play animation. So it is not showing anything. Just close this window and then go to this plus symbol. It is output. Now you can notice. So the beam is coming over here and it is falling and it is making some spot. So it is making spot. And also the screen reads beam spot size and then weld strength. So I think it should be beam power, not spot size. It is a beam power, but it is typed as spot size. Leave it. It is beam power. It is 486 units. That is watts. And weld strength corresponding to this beam power of 486 watts and spot size of 0.85 millimeters is equal to 372.6 newtons. Suppose if you want to conduct the experiment at higher power, so what I can do is go here, change the power, once again perform this. Again the animation is not working properly, but still you can add this. So the same thing will be repeated. It's overlapped. Now the power is 533 watts and weld strength is 473.6. Look at the difference. So earlier it was 372.6, now it is 473.6. So when the power increases, weld strength, that is the tensile strength, increases. So similarly you can conduct for 553, directly go to the output, and 571, it is the output. 607, what is the output? And then 626, what is the output? So look at here. So these are the various results obtained: 372 weld strength, 473, and then 452, 494, 512. Again there is a drop. So the weld strength gradually increases as the beam power is increased, but after 607 watts there is a drop. So this can be plotted. There is a icon here, so when you click this it will plot, but it is not working. So we can plot and we can analyze. So in x-axis you can have power, and then y-axis what is the weld strength. So from the experiments conducted, we infer that the maximum weld strength is obtained when the beam power is equal to 607 watts. So this is the inference we got. Similarly, you can vary beam spot size keeping the power constant. So what is the constant value? It is 607 watts. So why it is 607 watts? Just now we discussed, at 607 watts we get the maximum weld strength. So our objective is to maximize the weld strength. Therefore we choose 607, or we fix 607 as a constant beam power. Now vary the spot size and then identify where the maximum strength is obtained. Now what I am going to do is select the spot size. It is 0.68. Play the animation. So and then go for the result. Weld strength is 375. So 0.73, 375, sorry, 535. So 0.77, 515, there is a drop. 0.83, 489, 0.93, it is 435. So the maximum strength is obtained at 0.77, corresponding to 607. So from this what we infer is the maximum or the optimal process parameters are beam power is 607 watts and beam spot size is 0.77 millimeters. So this is the inference we got. So after conducting the experiment, I will go back once again to the home page. So we just conducted the simulation. So after that there is a audio video. So here they have described the physical conduction of the lab. So we simulated, but how is it done practically? They captured in a video and uploaded here. So our experiment is laser welding. So this is the equipment we used. So you can watch this video and compare the performance of this one or the working of this one with the simulation. So after this, there is a post test. So there is a post test. So the performance of laser spot welding process is affected by welding speed, focal length of the beam and focusing lens, workpiece position. So all these things is given in the theory. So you can choose all of above. Which welding technique includes spot welding modes, conduction and penetration? So it is laser welding. Likewise, you can answer all the questions and submit. It is not mandatory again. This is for your knowledge development. And then there is a conclusion. So the process parameters like beam power and beam spot size as well as the thermophysical properties of the material affect the process independently. But we don't consider the thermophysical properties because we welded only stainless steel, no other material. So the penetration depth and melt area of a laser spot welder found to be complicated function of laser pulse energy, intensity and beam diameter. So from the image analyzer, you need to identify all those things. So we cannot simulate the image analyzer. So we can just simulate the process. Measuring instruments simulation is not given here. So likewise, what are the conclusions they have given and what are the reference they took to write these articles. And finally, after learning this, you can give your feedback through this one. So today we learned an example of how to use virtual labs, so maintained by MHRD through various institutes of national importance like NITs, IITs, etc. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching it. Have a nice day.